All right. Good afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are. Welcome, everyone, to LSR Season 12. We are here with Group 2, and this is round number 1 here at Spa-Francorchamps. And as you can clearly see, it's raining. Looks like wet conditions here today. Let me just get all the telemetry set up and ready to go. Let me see if there's anything different. Right, so let's go. Right, just get set everything up. Full track map, all good. Detail enabled. Right. Inters or wet conditions here today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be interesting. Full wet qualifying. An almost entirely full field grid here today. 19 drivers. We're missing 1. All good. Wet quality, dry race according to Vacant over here, so that's good. Let's see if anybody comes out. Been a minute past. 19 corners here at Spa-Francorchamps, 7 kilometer long track, 2 DRS zones, and we can see some drivers leaving the pits right now. Right, let's... Few drivers on inters, few drivers on wets. It's actually around a 50-50 split. Right, who's out on track? Droske and the Haas of Adam are currently out on track. Just lining up side by side, just about. What other... Let's see. Okay. Droske being the leading driver out of those two. Both on the wet compound tyres. Actually, no. Adam's on the inters, Droske on the wets. Seems to be an interesting choice. A lot of varied. Huh. Yeah, 2 drivers on the wet compound tyres out on track at the moment. Why? My game is frozen. Oh god, my game's frozen. Oh, there was a danger that this could happen. My bad. Alright. Sorry, some technical difficulties over here. Game's frozen on my end. That's unfortunate. Right. Right. I need another invite. Okay. Right. Right. This is something. Oh, not ideal. Sorry about this. Yep. Okay, let me just mute that. And let me just change some settings over here. Come on. Not ideal. in the slightest. Right, there we go. Spectate. Right. We're back. We're back. Oh dear, dear. It's minor setback. Changed a few things in my graphic settings. Hopefully that should not happen again. First time commentary in this league and then everything seems to go badly. No worries. Right. Here we go once again. Tristan with a 1 minute, 2 minutes dead. Let's see who's out on track at the moment. And who's setting lap times. Tied up, time, and then fastest lap. Good. Who's that coming across the line? It's the McLaren. He's probably doing an outlap at the moment. The Aston Martin of Kobe. I was pressing shift 16, there we go. Currently doing a fast lap. Not set a lap time yet. As the Ferrari of Alexis Beast gets a 2 minutes 1.894. Into the wets. It's a mixed bag out there actually. Vacant setting a 2 minutes 1.970. Who's on the lap? It's one of the V cars right now. And it's Trippy setting the fastest sector 2. Going down towards Blanchemont. Is the next car to come across the line. Will be. Lost my lap on Stroske. No worries. On the wet compound tyre. Saving all of his ERS for that final couple of corners. Ooh. Sliding through bus stop. And on the exit. Coming across the line with a 1 minute 4 dead. Next car will be the Aston Martin of Kobe. No, it won't be. It's the other Aston Martin. Is it? No, it's not. What am I doing? Oh, the Aston Martin is coming to the pits. As Darwizzy, let's see where he's going across, is invalidated his lap time. The Williams in front, I assume it's Haddock. I wish I said comes across with a 1 minute dead. Asian Persuasion finishes comes across the line as 2 minute 8. Wet tires seem to be the fastest tire right now. Okay. The Sauber coming across. This is hectic. I'm not gonna lie. As Jawoon comes across with a 2 minute 6. The Aston Martin coming across the line. Kobe finished coming across with a 2 minute 3. The Ferrari starting his lap, I assume. No, that was Alex. Comes across very slowly, but was probably on a slow lap, going into a fast lap now. Yep. Right. Let's see. There's a Haas. That's Adam on an outlap. And the next car behind him is the McLaren of Avnioke on an outlap. The V-Carb, or is that the Williams? The Williams of Eric Too Fast Fleet. No. No. Oh jeez. How do people do this? Right. Going through what is now? There's a Mercedes right behind him. Who is on the slow lap? Right. Let's see this. Who's on the fast lap at the moment? Trippy invalidated. And is cutting the bus stop quite interestingly. Kendricks coming out of the pits. There's a Red Bull of Waiting Throne, I believe, coming through Blanchemont on the hot lap. But it's on the slow one, so I don't think this is a proper lap time. Then you got the Williams behind him, who's invalidated as well, and is now on the lap. The Mercedes probably on the lap as well. Yeah, we just saw them. The Sauber, never mind. The racing, never mind. Darwizzi comes across the line with a 2-minute 1.136. And then Kobe in the Aston Martin on wet tyres again. The wet tyres are faster with a 1-minute 59.2. 8 tenths faster than second place. Let's see the Aston Martin. I think Stroske is starting a lap. The V-Carb's going to the pits behind him. There's a Haas in 16th who comes across the line to go second on Inters with a 1-minute 59.8. Fastest sector 3. There's a McLaren of Avnioke. He's used his deployment already, hasn't invalidated, goes through bus stop. Let's see where he places. It's 4th with a 2-minute .6. And then there's a Haas of, let's see, who is it? It's Tristan starting a lap. The Ferrari of Alex. No, it's not. It's Hussein. I'm trying so much. It's gone 7th. Sorry about this. It's interesting to see. Everyone is going on the Inters. Kobe is still on the wets. Let's see if Mach 10 can improve his lap time. He's 1 second and 3 tenths up on his lap time, going through bus stop relatively cleanly. One of the Williams, I think it was Eric, goes at 1-minute 59.9 as Mach 10 goes across the line with a 2-minute 1. Then there's a Red Bull. I believe it's Code, who rides on the curb, crossing the line with a 1-minute 59.2 on Inters. That's a good lap. Just behind is Alex, who goes into second place with the same, around the same lap time, 1-minute 59.2, as Droske comes across the line in the Aston Martin with a 58.3. That's the first 58 of the session. The Inters definitely seem to be the fastest tyre right now. Alright, let's see who else is on the lap. Alright. One of the McLarens is close on this slow lap. And then Tristan, just behind, is on the lap as well. Let's see. Going through bus stop. Using all of the ERS, flat out, across the line, going fastest with a 57.7. The track is readily improving over and over. 4 minutes left of qualifying to go, as we see one of the V-Carbs going through bus stop. So let's see, I think that's Trippy, who is going on an out lap right now, going in towards a lap. One of the Williams, let's see if it's Eric or Vacant. It's Eric, but he's on the slow lap, probably starting one now. Oh no, goes into the pits. One of the Mercedes, Racing Uncle, I believe, no it's not. It's Darwizzi, going into the pits as well. One driver's improved, but I didn't see who it was. I think it was Mach 10, who goes into 6th place with a 59.7. Alex, going through bus stop, going into the pits. Let's see, where's the other Red Bull? Is there no other Red Bull? Coda going to the pits. Aston Martin also in the pits. Haas going through bus stop chicane. Has improved by 1 second and 1/10. That could place him in the top 2. goes top 3 with a 58.5. Good stuff by the Hasses. First and fourth now as Vacant goes second with a 58.2. And that's another improvement from... I didn't see who it was. I believe it was the Mercedes, the racing uncle, with a 59 dead. It indeed was. Right. Avni OK goes into third place with a 58.2. And then I believe it's one of the Alpines. Going through bus stop, into the pits. One of the Red Bulls of Waiting Throne is going through bus stop. Used all his deployment, and as he goes across the line, where does he place himself? He goes 3 seconds faster, but still a 2-minute 06. I believe, I don't know if he was invalidated or not actually. Asian Persuasion starting on lap time. Trippy going off track at La Source, I believe it is. It is. Right. Let's see who's on the lap now. Let's look at the Sauber. Coming across the line, invalidated, starting a new lap. Mercedes of race, not racing, is it Darwizzy on an out lap? It is. McLaren on an out lap. Haas, who is it? I believe it is Adam, who is on slow lap. Mercedes overtaking the Williams at the start of Sector 3. Let's see who it is. Yeah, it's Racing Uncle who's on the slow lap. Everyone is now starting their laps for the final minute of qualifying. Let's see who's on the lap. Vacant is on a hot lap. Avni is on a slow lap. Adam is on a full lap. Let's see. Let's go on board with him actually. Using most of his ERS through the Kemmel Straight. Improves by almost 4 attempts. It's a good start for Adam. Now going into Bruxelles. That is a Mercedes off the track, possibly letting the Haas go by. Through towards Jackie X corner for turn 9. Getting on the power pretty early and using all the track on the exit. I believe that was Asian Persuasion going into second place with a 3-second improvement with 57.8. 1/10 faster with Kobe going with a 57.5. Who else is going to cross the line? Is it Mac 10? Mac 10 going 1 second and 3 tenths faster. Mac 10 improves to a 57.6. That is the fastest third sector so far. As let's see where the Haas of Tristan places. It's third. Oh, he's already completed it. Right, where's McLaren? McLaren J. Woon, I believe in 18th, is going to come across the line. 4-second improvement. Using ERS on the exit. Places himself with a 57. But I believe he invalidated. Adam using all his deployments. Going across the line. Goes fastest with a 56.6. 9 tenths compared to second place Kobe. And that probably cements itself in pole position depending if everyone else can't improve. 9 tenths. Vacant goes into second with a 1 second improvement. 4 tenths behind first. Let's see who else is on the lap. Alex is beast with a 2-second improvement going through bus stop. Where would 2 seconds of improvement place Alex? Going across the line with pole 56.3. And that was, who was that? Going into third, so was that second place? It was Avni OK. 1 tenth. splitting top 2. Kobe Zdrowski! 2 Aston Martins, 1 and 2 in qualifying. Back-to-back improvements. Zdrowski getting into 5/10 of improvement, getting the slipstream off Kobe. And it's an immense improvement for the Aston Martin, and that is 1 and 2 for the Aston Martin team. Great teamwork from them two, giving the slipstream. Kobe giving the slipstream to Zdrowski, and with Kobe improving as well, those two getting first and second. I'm sorry about qualifying, that was a mess. Between trying to figure out who was on the fast lap, who was on the out lap, who was on the slow lap. It's harder to do that in the rain, especially when people are doing multiple laps in inter conditions. But it is Zdrowski in first with Kobe in second. Alex's Beast is third with Avni OK in the McLaren in fourth. Adam in the Haas goes into fifth. Vacant sixth. Mac 10 seventh. Racing Uncle in eighth. Tristan goes in ninth. And Asian Persuasion rounds off the top 10. Hussein starts 11th. Kodomatic 12th. 13th is Kendricks. Eric 14th. 15th is Trippy. 16th is Waiting Throne. 17th is Darwizzy. Jay Woon 18th. And I didn't see it was 19th, unfortunately. But now we can get into a dry race with hopefully less action. Not less action, but hopefully less swapping in between. It's a completely sunny race here today. The general strategy in Spa is generally a medium to hard one stop, pitting around like lap 9 to 11 usually. Some people may start on hards with a worse start and trying to get their temps up. It'll be a struggle at the start if they start on hards. So without a safety car, generally a one-stop strategy. All right. Main overtaking zones around Spa-Francorchamps is Le Combe and the bus stop chicane. That's where we will see the most action. And the DRS zone is very powerful around here, especially at Le Combe, where we can see side-by-side actions through the left, right, left, and going into, I think, I can't remember the corner names. Right, now we're just waiting for the start of the race. Everyone getting their fuels, their race setups ready, and possibly changing around their strategy just a slight bit. All right. Drivers readying up. And it's the formation lap. 2 Astons leaving the first and second grid position. Alex's Beast leaving third. Can the 2 Aston Martins work together to try to cement that 1-2 that they got in qualifying just a few moments ago? Or will the rest of the grid have something else to say about that? All questions will be answered by the end of 22 laps. Asian Persuasion and Tristan get disqualified from the formation lap. for maybe just a slight contact, but that means their tyres will be caught at the start in the mid-pack, which is possibly the worst place to have cold tyres at the start, some may say. So let's see what tyres everybody is on. Let's see. So everyone is on mediums except for Vacant in the top 10, and Jaewoon, Jamie and Boaks in 18th and 19th starting on hards, probably to gamble strategy, try to gamble a strategy. Darwizi's lagging massively, not able to race against. Interesting. Okay, that's something to keep an eye on. So that's pretty much everything. Cycle gaps, interval leader. Yep, interval. Right, and then camera switch. Everything's going okay. Formation lap is also a time to check my observing skills. Right, going through Blanchimont. The first pack of the top 10. And then you got the rest of the gaggle of cars from 11th downwards, just behind the Red Bull, leaving a gap. Now everyone is parking up. One-stop strategy from mediums to hards is the general consensus for all of the grid, or hard to mediums if you're Vacant and the 18th and 19th driver of Jaewoon and Boaks. Two Astons lining up the grid for round 1 of Group 2 here at LSR. Alright, Sauber line up on the grid with the V-car suspiciously going into a side position, trying to cover off somebody. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get racing here at LSR. The Aston Martin has gotten off a good start at the front pole position, covering off his teammate, locking up as the Sauber takes out the Ferrari in 3rd place. And it's an entire situation back at the source. It's not a good start for the mid-pack, and it's all chaos through Eau Rouge and Radion, side by side through the Red Bull. Oh jeez. It's a terrible, terrible takeout from the Sauber as the Aston Martins go side by side through Le Com. No dramas through Le Com as the Williams goes off track fighting Mercedes of Darwizi, who is lagging terribly at the moment. No one side by side for Rivage as there is a yellow flag just behind, and it's one of the Saubers of Boaks starting on the hard compound tyres. But no dramas here at 1st and 2nd. Two Aston Martins got off well and didn't get taken out by that rogue Sauber missile. All pretty civil through the chicane as Mercedes goes off track, I believe, of Racing Uncle. No, it's not Racing Uncle. It's still Darwizi, who is... Yeah, no, that's not brilliant, is it? No dramas, but 3rd place Tristan is right behind Droske. Cove actually takes 1st off of Droske at the moment, as Eric Too Fast for You overtakes Darwizi, as Racing Uncle overtakes Kendricks through side by side through bus stop, I believe. And Racing Uncle loses 2 positions from 10th place as he loses the Alpine and the Sauber, but he's going to try to overtake the Sauber through turn 1. And he gets a position as Hussein and Kodamatic go side by side, going into Eau Rouge, but not side by side through it. Pretty civil from those two as we get activated DRS of the Red Bull, but he won't need it at all. And that's a pretty clean overtake as Droske and Tristan go side by side through Le Com. Droske taking the evading action off the racetrack as he lets Tristan go by. Oh, that's Darwizzy off the track as, oh dear, he's gone off. He's gone into the, oh dear, yeah. Darwizzy has not got the most reliable connection, to say the least. Who is fighting out on track? Droske is still second behind Tristan, as Hussein as just 5 tenths below Kodamatic. Kodamatic getting the overtake at the Camel Straight, but Hussein still just behind him slightly. Kendricks close behind the Williams of Eric Too Fast For You. Alright, starting a new lap. Lap 3. Can Tristan get into the DRS zone of Kobe? And can Droske still keeping the DRS of Tristan? There is a huge amount of action going on at bus stop chicane. Huge shuffling of position as there's a yellow flag for Avenue OK, who spun around at La Source. He loses a ton of positions there. What happened to Avenue OK? But we focus on the Camel Straight as Tristan isn't able to get the DRS, and Vacant loses position to Kodamatic. Kodamatic moving swiftly up the places. Vacant having a decent start on the hard compound tyres, but is slowly losing out due to the pace difference between the mediums and hards, as Hussein quickly catches up to Vacant and could go for the overtake at sector 3 or the next lap. Jaewoon is close behind Darwizzy as we focus back on the top 3. The top 3 having a civilized amount of racing going on, saving their ERS with Tristan on 70% and Kobe on 20% ERS, deploying most of it down through Blanchimont. Tristan the healthiest out of the top 3. Oh, there's a yellow flag and it's Jaewoon. He loses a bit of time to Darwizzy, and Avenue OK has overtaken him. Going through La Source, Kobe still in the lead after lap 1. Tristan not far behind, 6 tenths. There is a chance that Tristan with the DRS zone and overtake Kobe low on ERS, and it's going to be a swift and easy move for the lead. The Haas able to get the move done before Lecom. Vacant fighting at Lecom against Kodamatic. A swift move down the inside. The hard compound tyres seem to be going back into condition. And now Kodamatic is under pressure from Kuze, as Kuze loses the rear and is now in trouble against Eric Too Fast For You, who deploys ERS. Going through Puon. It's close racing between the Williams, Ferrari and the Alpine. Darwizzy and Avenue OK, as Darwizzy is off the track, going slowly. What's this? Darwizzy's got a 10-second time penalty. Through bus stop chicane, Tristan, Kobe and Droske all together splitting the pack behind them as Tristan goes with the fastest lap. But Kobe is only 5 tenths behind, very close to Tristan's rear. Equal amount of ERS between the two. Tristan getting the better exit out of the source, but that won't matter with the DRS through Camel Straight. Let's go on board. Low ERS for Tristan, low ERS for Kobe. Will Kobe get close enough? No, he doesn't. And Josuke is now 2 seconds behind. Eric too fast for you, getting the overtake done on Hussein at Lecom. 4 unfair penalties already for multiple people. Alright. With Kobe, Tristan swapping lead. It's an interesting fight for ERS between the two. Kobe doesn't want to lose DRS. It's still a second right behind Tristan. Just 5 tenths splitting the top two. Josuke chilling in 3rd place. Vacant having a brilliant start to the race on hard compound tyres in 4th. Kodamatic just within the DRS in 5th. So is Eric, so is Hussein, so is Kendrick, so is Asian Persuasion, so is Mach 10. All 5 of them in the DRS train. From 4th down to 10th, it's a DRS train. Oh, Asian Persuasion looking up and he almost spins out. It's a half spin, but he loses time and he gets down to 11th. Probably unplanned. Not the best way to go from bus stop. Oh, but Kobe is just 2 tenths behind with 10% ERS. Getting the DRS. Will the overtake be easy? Side by side. And Kobe takes the lead without much pressure at all. 4 tenths improvement in Sector 1. Right, let's go down to 5th and 6th. 7th and 8th. Side by side with the Alpine and Ferrari as Kendricks makes the move on Ankuzi. Let's go down to Jeroen, who tries to get close to Avenue OK. Alright, Tristan and Kobe trying to save as much ERS through Sector 2 as they possibly can. Probably playing the DRS game with one another, trying to let one another by. Let's go down to 5th, where Kodamatic is just within the DRS of Vacant, but this is where the hard tyres start to be faster compared to the mediums. Trippy pitting at for soft compound tyres. That is an inspired strategy. Let's see if it works out for him. Right, let's go up towards the top 2 again. It's DRS games again. Will Tristan be able to overtake Kobe? And will Kobe fight back at all? Fastest lap. Fastest lap? Let's see. Fastest lap. Fastest lap is a 45.8. As we get back for DRS, as Kobe is fighting it. And he keeps in front of Tristan. Right, let's go back on the Camel Straight with Kodamatic, Eric too fast for you. No dramas on this lap. No overtaking moves except for 12th place and 13th place where the McLarens are swapped around. Tristan's still lurking behind the Aston Martin in first. Kobe showing incredible will with under all of that pressure behind him. Let's go down to 7th place. Kendricks using all of the ERS to keep behind of Eric too fast for you. It's slowed down, but Mach 10. Oh no, that's Kuzi. Kuzi is slow. What's happened to him? Why? How has he gone slow? That's an interesting situation we got here. He loses around 4 places. Oh, Kuzi tried to go. Oh, it's one of the first pitters. It's Kodamatic, the first of the medium compound tyres run into pit. So does Kendricks. Possibly trying to get an undercut. The undercut is quite powerful here at Spa, but will the hard compound tyres last for 14 laps? Let's go back to the front as Tristan overtakes Kobe. Side by side through Lecom. And Tristan manages to get the move done. Racing Uncle and Mac 10. Racing Uncle getting the move done before the camera straight as Alex's Beast retires from the race after that collision, which through no fault of his own demoted him down from third on grid to basically last, unfortunately. As Jaewoon and Hussein swap positions through Lecom. Now, after Kodamatic and Kendricks pitting on the hard compound tyres on lap 8, will others follow suit to try to cover the undercut as Asian Persuasion gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cut warnings? Will the top two pit? If so, who will pit first, or will they follow each other through the pit lane? Oh! Kobe is going to try to get the overtake done at bus stop chicane, round the outside, drifting through bus stop to just get the overtake into pit lane. What a move through bus stop. But Tristan doesn't pit. Kobe gets the overtake done through bus stop, but is immediately into the pits. Vacant goes through and on hard compound tyres. Eric, Racing Uncle, Mac 10. Asian Persuasion stays out. Hussein, Anthony OK, all going into the pits. What happened to Hussein? I don't know. I wish I knew. Kobe leaving the pits. Just behind the McLaren going through Eau Rouge and Radion. Kobe, with not that much ERS, will try to get the move done on Jaewoon. Or will he? No, he doesn't. He doesn't open the DRS. Unless he didn't have the DRS. Alright. Has Kodamatic improved his position getting the undercut? Unsure just yet. He's in front of Eric Too Fast For You. And Kendricks is just behind the Williams. Right, 6 is the closest battle. The new tyres, new hard compound tyres of Kobe. With Jaewoon starting down in the bottom 2 positions, he's only 10 seconds behind Vacant starting in 4th. But Jaewoon is slow because Asia Persuasion is holding up Jaewoon immensely. And, oh god, the Aston Martin is 3 wide through Blanchimont. Oh, and will the Aston Martin try to get the move done, similar to how we overtook Tristan? Oh, the Aston Martin moves late in the brakes and gets the move done. A very, very good move around the outside through the first part of the bus stop chicane. As Tristan, Droske and Asia Persuasion now pit. Will they lose out time? Tristan exiting the pits and is still in front of Kobe. But Kobe, it's got the overspeed into Overage and Radion, and he gets the move. And he's also on he's on heated tyres as well. But Tristan's got the DRS. No, he doesn't. Tristan's got the overtake mode. And Jaewoon is trying to get into the battle as well. Side by side through Lucom. Tristan with cold tyres. Kobe with warm tyres. And Tristan with an overcut gets in front. Slow in sector 3, I think that's trippy. But now Vacant takes the lead with hard compound tyres. A pretty calm race from him. Starting in 4th on the goes off track. Gets on hard compound tyres. Only 11 seconds in front of Tristan. when he pits, it will be an interesting affair on medium compound tyres to see if he can overtake. Right. Let's see what the closest battle is. It is Kobe and Tristan still fighting out. They've been fighting out throughout this entire race on non-ERS for both drivers. Will Kobe try to go down the inside of the bus stop chicane? No, he hangs back, doesn't try to go for a round of the outside move that he's done twice already this race. DRS for Kobe through for the pit straight. Side by side actually with Kobe around the outside of Tristan. Oh, there's contact for first place! Kobe makes contact with Tristan and Kobe is round. Drama here at La Source. Jae-woon on old tyres, on tail-up old hards. Can he get the move done on Tristan? No. He hangs back, but Eric Too Fast For You gets a 3-second time penalty as Kobe was kind of off track there. What happened to him? Eric Too Fast For You, two turns behind Kodamatic. Both having penalties. Kendrick's just hanging behind, slowly, patiently waiting. He doesn't need to fight these two. He doesn't have a penalty. All right. Things have settled down, but Kobe has lost out immensely. From first and second, swapping over through the first part of this race, down to 8th position. And that's his true position at the moment, unless he can overtake the DRS train of Kendricks, Eric, Kodamatic, and possibly try to get Stroske, his teammate. It's going to be an uphill battle for Kobe here, but he's done some audacious moves in the past. He can do it again. Eric Too Fast For You, closest battle on the racetrack. 4 attempts behind. As wait, no, Droske is right behind Jae-woon, but Jae-woon is on old, hard compound tyres. Jae-woon locking up, double lock up through turn 1. Right behind. Should be an easy move for Droske with DRS and overtake. 90% ERS for Droske. It's a definitive done deal for these two. Yep, Jae-woon isn't going to fight this much, or is he? No, he doesn't, through Lacombe, but there's also another battle going on through Eric Too Fast For You and Kodamatic as Eric Too Fast For You overtakes Kodamatic. Kendrick's still lurking behind these two without a time penalty at all. No wait, it was Kendrick. Was it Kendrick? Did I say Eric Too Fast For You was Kendricks? That's my bad. Anyway, Vacant still chilling, only losing 7 attempts compared to Tristan, even on old hard compound tyres. Going pretty strong here. He needs to make it to lap 14-ish if he wants to finish on the mediums, or lap 13. Going completely strong. Consistency is key in clean air. Right, Kodamatic. DRS train for 4th down to 8th. Kobe trying to make a recovery drive after the collision between him and Tristan. Eric Too Fast For You should be able to make this move easy through the Camel Straight, as Vacant finally pits for medium compound tyres. Vacant will be lower down on the grid compared to the rest of these guys, but he will have the overtaking power and the tyre advantage. Eric Too Fast For You right behind on the gearbox of Jae-woon. Will Jae-woon fight this? No! It's a swift move for Eric. And will it be a swift move for Kodamatic? Kodamatic goes on the grass, switches onto the inside, side by side through Lacombe for the Red Bull and McLaren. The Red Bull. Oh, it's contact! Jae-woon goes off the track, and Kendrick's lurking behind those two gets the advantage on Codematic after the contact. It's a smart move for Kendricks, just taking advantage of Codematic's contact. And now it's a chance for the podium places for the Alpine. Kobe still needing to get a recovery drive, but vacant on the medium compound tyres. It's utterly dominant behind him. Ooh, a slide for the Aston Martin. Vacant needs to get moves done quickly for the last 8 or 9 laps of this race to possibly finish in the podium. It's a chance for the Williams driver. As Jae-woon finally gets into the pits after... Oh no! Into the barriers! Vacant and Kobe! Into the barriers! It's a safety car! Or VSC, I can't tell. But that was into the barriers on the inside of the exit of La Source. Is crazy. How has that happened? Vacant, his race ruined. Front wing damage. Kobe, front wing damage. Both drivers who were doing so well up to this point. VSC now got front wing damage, and it's unrecoverable for Kobe and Vacant here. Terrible front wing damage for those two. Kendricks. DRS for Eric, too fast for you. As, oh, it's a 4-car turn-in for Vacant, Kobe, Mac 10 and Adam. But there's no chance that the Williams and Aston Martin drivers can do. It's utterly finished. Kendricks and Adam in DRS zones. Within the DRS zone, Kendricks already doesn't have a time penalty compared to Eric, too fast for you. Will he be able to get overtake for track position though for podium? Asia as Vacant pits with not much of a surprise. Kobe also pitting, not much of a surprise. Kendricks as Kobe retires from the race. Kendricks just hanging behind. No dramas here. Adam is right behind Racing Uncle, getting the move done even before the DRS straight. Will Mac 10 do the same? No, too far behind. Drama here at Spa-Francorchamps. Fourth, Kendricks still in DRS zone of Eric, too fast for you. Does he need to fight this? No, with a time penalty, but sure it would be nice to get the track position off of Eric, too fast for you. Racing Uncle still within DRS zone of Adam. So is Mac 10, but Mac 10 and Asian Persuasion 2 seconds behind. I've got time penalties. Let's go back to Blanchimont. And through bus stop. Tristan unchallenged for the second part of this race now. Kendricks just losing caution in sector 3. I believe that's Jae-woon. What's happened? Don't know. Probably half spun. But never mind, we go into Kendricks and Eric Too Fast For You. Still within the DRS zone. Just hanging back. No dramas here. Racing Uncle and Adam within DRS zone. Mach 10 just behind. It's all quietened down from here. The contact between Kobe and Vacant Haddock was something to behold. What happened there? We need to watch it back with a replay. But into the barriers, stopped, damaging both cars. Eric Too Fast For You hanging on the inside there, not going off through the normal racing line through P1 on the exit. That gives Kendricks, who's only half a tenth behind Eric Too Fast For You, 4 tenths, 3 tenths even. And there's a DRS train still with Racing Uncle, Adam and Mach 10. Asian Persuasion slowly catching up, only catching up 5 tenths compared to those two. Caution in Sector 2, it's the McLaren of Anthony OK, who is slow. No! Eric Too Fast For You goes off at bus stop and leaves the door open for Kendricks to get into 3rd place. But how much ERS does Eric Too Fast For You have? Will he be able to get the overtake done again? Or will he not be able to use his overtake on the run up to Eau Rouge and Radion? Opens the DRS. Will Eric Too Fast For You get the overtake, or is he just too far behind? No, he's conserving energy. He's on none throughout the straight. Vacant goes fastest with a 1:45.1. Racing Uncle and Adam overtaking. Racing Uncle overtaking Adam. Both don't have time penalties here. They could get 4th place. If Racing Uncle could get 4th place if he gets within 3 seconds of Eric Too Fast For You. Currently 3.2 seconds. Let's go back up to 4th. With Eric still within DRS range. Conserving all of the energy he can possibly muster through Sector 2. But so is Kendricks on 40. But importantly, Kendricks is now pulling away from Eric. With Eric trying to use he used 40% of his ERS to catch up with the DRS. Through bus stop, only 6 tenths splitting between the two. Through Blanchard, Racing Uncle in front of Adam. Nose to tail the Mercedes, Haas and Sauber. Eric Too Fast For You 4 tenths behind. Kendricks using overtake just before the run through Eau Rouge Radion. Let's see how this goes. Importantly, Eric does have a 3-second time penalty. So even if he gets the overtake done, Eric will need to pull 3 seconds at the very least in order to guarantee the podium. Adam and Racing Uncle. Adam gets the overtake done pretty cleanly through the com. It's now a battle here, actually. Depending on how close Codomatic is, Adam needs to gain around 6 seconds. Adam needs to gain around 3.3 seconds, actually, to get within Codomatic's 3-second time penalty. But it's all the train between the Haas, Mercedes, Sauber and Asian Persuasion, who's catched up to these three. Could overtake Mach 10. Let's go back to 3rd and 4th. Kendricks with 60% ERS. 6 tenths behind through bus stop. 3 laps to go after crossing the line. Will he be able to confirm 3rd place here for round 1 of Group 2 of LSR? For Radion, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, splitting. ERS on medium. No dramas, he's not going to go for the overtake on this time. Let's go back to 7th on the camel straight again. Racing Uncle not challenging the Haas in front. Asian Persuasion and Mach 10 back to back. The McLarens actually look to be fighting through the camel straight. Will Jae-woon overtake? Yes, he will. On 5 lap-old mediums compared to 10 lap-old hards. A pretty easy move between the 2 McLarens, who are having not the best day here at Spa. Let's go back up to 5th, 6th. No dramas there, except for a few DRS trains, but nonetheless we continue. Because after crossing the line here... Oh wait, I forgot. Tristan is still far ahead. Now there's 3 laps to go. There was 4 laps to go towards the end. My bad. Right. Kendricks with 70% ERS could catch up to Eric very easily here. Hanging at the back. There's no need to go for the overtake, but he will try to stay within it at least. Right, let's go to 8th, because Mach 10 is under pressure from Asian Persuasion. The battle between 8th and 9th is for position, as both have time penalties. Mach 10 and Asian both have DRS, but will Asian try to go for the move? He uses all of his ERS, trying to go round the outside of Lecom. And will we break late? Yes, he will, locking up through Lecom. A brilliant move round the outside and then the inside. Ooh, that's a lockup for Adam, who loses time out to Racing Uncle. And more importantly, Asian Persuasion is up the back, up towards the back of Adam. Kendricks is only 4 tenths behind the Williams of Eric. Right. Let's go back up to 7th and 8th for the closest battle. Mach 10 is lurking. Absolutely lurking behind Asian. Sixth, 7th, 8th and 9th. Three Blanchimont. The battle between Racing Uncle and Adam is for position, going towards the second to last lap as Mach 10 gets a 3-second time penalty. That confirms Asian Persuasion in 8th pretty much. Now Adam, 3 tenths behind on Racing Uncle. Racing Uncle going through the source. Will Adam go for the move here, or will he be patient for the final lap? Kendricks. No dramas, no overtakes for them two. Racing Uncle using all of his ERS down to 0% towards Lecom. Now needs to save it all for the final lap where Adam will make his attack. There's a battle going on for 10th, 11th and 12th for the final points places. Jae-woon is currently leading that fight with 7 lap-old medium compound tyres, and he should be able to do it. Racing Uncle gets a 3-second time penalty. That almost confirms Adam, if he doesn't get another warning or two, to be in 6th place. Unfortunate time to get a final warning. Just before the final lap, which Tristan has now started. Tristan fighting Kobe, fighting the Aston Martins. After just an insane start, Kobe getting unlucky. But Kobe getting hit by Tristan as well. It's been an interesting race for the Haas, who is 8 seconds in front of Droske. Kendricks behind in the DRS. Will he complete the move finally for a position change? He will. No dramas except for Williams still hanging around the outside. Makes contact with the Williams as Asian Persuasion and Adam swap places. He doesn't really mind that, to be honest. The guys in front have time penalties, but nonetheless, Eric, too fast for you. Gets overtaken by the Alpine as Anthony OK overtakes Hussein. It's the top 3 all but confirmed here. Tristan, Droske and Kendricks all will finish on the podium if there are no final lap dramas or final sector dramas. Tristan through Blanchimont, through bus stop, takes the win for the first race of LSR Group 2 Season 12. With Droske right behind us. Eric, too fast for you, and Kendricks trying to go side by side. Droske takes 2nd place, but oh, it's side by side through, and Eric gets the position on track, but Kendricks gets the place through time penalties. Kodamatic finishes in 5th after a quiet race. Racing Uncle finishes 7th after Adam gets promoted up to 6th due to time penalties. Asian Persuasion 8th, Mach 10 and 9th. The 2 McLarens 10th and 11th, with Jaewoon getting the final point. Hussein vacant after front wing damage and pitting, finishes 13th. Waiting Throne in 14th. And Boaks, who is still at Stavelo, will finish 15th. Droske says he had throttle issues all race. If that was the case, it's a good job finishing 2nd. And after the Sauber Boaks crossing the line, it will be the top 10 of Tristan, Droske, Kendricks, Eric, Kodamatic, Adam, Racing Uncle, Asian Persuasion, Mach 10 and Jaewoon, Jamie. And that's it for Group 2 of LSR. Round 1. The Haas taking the win after an Aston 1-2 in qualifying. Kobe having 2 separate incidents. Crushing for the Aston Martin driver. And it's all right there. Kendricks from 13th on the grid, finishing in podium. It's a great start of the season for him. Eric, similar places, gained similar positions in 4th. Kodamatic in 12th, starting 12th, finishing 5th. 3rd, 4th and 5th, having a great race. Adam, starting 5th, finishes 6th. But Tristan, starting 9th on the grid, finishes on pole. An entertaining race here for race 1. And there will be a few incident reports here and there. A few dodgy connections here and there as well. But that was round number 1 for Group 2. Haas taking the win here at Spa. Thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone for joining the race, joining the stream, watching the stream for, well, if I be a bit unprofessional here, for my first ever commentary here at LSR. So thank you very much for joining. And I'll see you all for Group 3.